Because I truly believe that people in the Nordic countries, or like in Sweden, they think that they are immune to sexually transmitted diseases. What is going on, guys? Welcome back another week to Firmly. So in this video I want to talk about the sexual education in the Nordic countries, at least from a perspective of a foreigner who moved here when like for 3 years, 3.5, and which is the feeling that this Nordic society has transmitted to me as of like a foreigner who has been living here for this time. And therefore I'm gonna also give my opinion on how it could be improved somehow. First of all, no diseases. Because I truly believe that people in Sweden or like in Nordic countries, I think that they are kind of like immune, or that either like immune, or that sexually transmitted infections or diseases do not exist in the Nordic countries, because there's like it's safe and the health is free, and therefore also if you have a disease it's much easier to treat. I mean, we're not in like countries like with a really low healthcare quality, really bad hospitals like might happen in other countries around the world, or like in Asia or like in Africa, for example. And therefore they think that they do not exist, that the transmissions cannot be transmitted, and therefore because of that people tend to have sex without condom, even if it's in the first date or like when they are knowing someone. And in these situations, coming from like the south of Europe, which I mean it's also good and safe having like sex without, I mean when it comes to the healthcare and the hospitals and all that stuff, but people in the south tend to be more cautious, and like much better to like have sex with condom instead of like, and maybe wait for some time until that can change and use it without condom, and then you start like taking some precautions, because when it comes to like taking pills or taking like anti-conceptive ways on how to prevent becoming pregnant. 2. The pill tomorrow. Obviously because of the risk of getting pregnant, people obviously know that it's more when it comes to diseases and like infections that can actually happen. People in other countries take pills to not get pregnant after they had sex without condom, for example. And also it's important to mention that abortion in Sweden is legal, and it can happen whenever the woman decides to do that, since it's a right that was gained on the country by the society in 1975. But that's also important to mention that that only applies for the first 18 weeks during the pregnancy period. And 3, therefore, there's a good education when it comes to preventing getting pregnant, but it has to be improved when it comes to the diseases, in my opinion. Because to be honest, I don't want to get syphilis or gonorrhea or even chlamydia, because of just having sex with someone around here, that they do not want to use condom as a way to prevent STIs. And that's something that kind of should change obviously in some people, and that's something that obviously you need to consent before doing that. And we all know that it takes, and it's better to do it without condom. It feels more both for the guy and for the girl, but it's important to take into account STIs, and that's something that should be definitely reinforced in the education system on the sexual education that is given in Sweden or like in Swedish schools. And therefore obviously when it comes to communication and consent from both parts, the guy and the girl, in those situations both, it's important to always give that education and recommendation when it comes to getting that. So for you viewers, I hope you encourage comprehensive sexual education and you support having this education on different programs, I mean on schools, obviously, wherever you are. So that's pretty much all. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you give it a thumbs up in case you like the video, and you subscribe to my channel, You've Heard Me Talking, because it really helps me out a lot. And also make sure you comment down below what do you think about this topic, and if you want to share about experiences or thoughts that you have regarding this topic in other countries, that will be really helpful for me and for the community. Thank you so much, and remember to stay, as every week, friendly.